welcome to a new version of Let's Talk Tobago. Now in this version, we're bringing to you all the stories and events that took place in Tobago over the past week, but in a shorter and sweeter way. So we continue to keep you informed, and this week we're coming to you from Samaan Grove at Flamingo Villa. So we're going to go inside so you'll get to see exactly what this villa looks like while we share our lineup of stories with you. Flamingo Villa is amazingly beautiful. It has 4 bedrooms and it can sleep up to 14 guests comfortably. And it's comfortable enough to share our lineup of stories with you this week. So what are we going to share with you? Well, a new credit union opens in Tobago, schools across the island begin to receive smart garden units, and we take you to Pembroke for the THA's latest district town meeting.
Don't miss Let's Talk Tobago. Here's our schedule. Tobago Channel 5, Saturdays 6 p.m. Rebroadcast Sundays 8 p.m. Tobago Updates, Mondays to Fridays 6:30 a.m. M&D TV, Mondays 9 a.m. and Wednesdays 9 p.m. And Gael TV, Mondays and Wednesdays 11 a.m.
The Tobago House of Assembly administration is putting its money where its mouth is by going into communities to hear the issues and concerns of community members. So we're going to take you to Pembroke right now for the latest town hall meeting hosted by the Tobago House of Assembly. Come with us now as we take you to the latest installment of the Executive Council District Meeting as residents of Bell Garden, Richmond, Pembroke, Glamorgan and Goldsboro got a chance to lay out all their concerns before the Executive Council of the Assembly.
We know that over the last couple months, particularly in October and November, we had some of the heaviest rains and landslides and all of that happening for the entire island. And there are many of you who have actually been displaced, or we've had to actually move you from where you are living because it was simply not safe. That process is an ongoing process. If you recognize that there is now a sign placed at the field that specifically says no teetering of animals, that is actually one of the steps in us getting to the point, and I'm saying it here because I am hoping that the individuals are listening and they would prevent us from having to follow all of the steps.
Meanwhile, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine addressed the electricity and water issues in Goldsboro and major issues in the electoral district.
It seems as if we are almost there in finally solving the water crisis in Goldsboro for the farmers. Secondly, Tiantec has already started electrifying the area for the farmers in Goldsboro. It's not a simple fix for the Bad Rock situation. In order to fix Bad Rock, it means that we have to completely cut off that roadway from traffic in order to fix it. If we completely cut off the Bad Rock roadway, it means that we will get no fuel, for example, for the gas stations going eastward. They won't have anywhere to pass. The buses already drop people by the Pantent and by Bay Road Junction because the buses are refusing to go up.
Then residents got to air all of their concerns and get responses.
We are requesting the speedy renovation works of the Youth Empowerment Center. We started our youth club in 2013, and when we registered with the Department of Youth Affairs and Sport at that time, they allowed us to use the Youth Empowerment Center that is directly attached to the community center here. There were some issues, and then this community center had to be reconstructed, so we were left without a home.
Just last week, the valuation report from the tenders came in. The contracts should have been issued already. We expect that the work will begin in this month of March.
For years I've been hearing that funds will use to fix the road. I see guys came with shovel and pickaxe, and after my brother take a pity of them, they never came back. So I want to know what is happening with Cow Farm Road.
Yes, the road is in a deplorable state, and I'm sure the guys at the PMO have a project designed for it. And as soon as we are able, we will attack that.
Do you have an idea of what is a smart garden unit? Well, in case you don't, Umadara Mills will tell you what is a smart garden unit and the purpose of the collaboration between the division in charge of food production in Tobago and the Division of Education. Listen up.
Today was the handing over of the smart self-watering system. This is the first school that's going to be receiving. Obviously, like it says, it's going to water the plants. It works with a timer, and the schools will be able at least to have that level of innovation being brought to the children so that they could see the different gardening techniques.
It fills my heart with joy to be the first recipient to receive such a device. For the pupils, they will be learning new ways of engaging in agriculture. As I said, for example, if we are not here, the watering will be done automatically, and they won't have to worry about loss of crops, and have to worry about coming in to water the plants and so on. When you have schools with small spaces like this, it will be good, so you can use it as a container device to engage in your gardening project.
We saw the importance of introducing the smart garden unit so that we can start nurturing the children, not only into more attractive methods of farming, but also to reduce the impact of climate change. So these methods are just a step further into exploring the different types of hydroponics and self-watering systems that can be utilized to ensure that we have a sustainable agriculture in the future.
All the schools will be contacted and they will be receiving it. It's just that different schools will receive different levels. So as this is a preschool, it receives the 3 levels. The primary school will get the 5 levels depending on the size. Secondary schools will get the 7 level.
From vocational skills training to budding entrepreneur, that's the story of the owner of Anthea's Designs. Producer Umadara Mills chatted with her, and you'll hear more of her story right now.
It's not just sewing, but it's just you're giving out a part of yourself when you do a product. You're not just sewing a bag, but it's like you put in your signature on what you make. They could say, like you could see, this is Louis Vuitton, this is Dolce & Gabbana. They could see, this is Anthea's Designs. So you are putting your artwork then, your creativity. It opens ways for you to be creative.
37-year-old Anthea Agard established Anthea's Designs in 2021. From 2019 to 2022, Mrs. Agard completed 3 vocational skills courses offered by the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, as well as YTEP. They are handbag design, drapery and linen, and dressmaking and design.
I'm very grateful that they offer these kinds of courses so that it could, you are adding to yourself. You're helping to build yourself other than sewing bags. Because I learned drapery, I also want to enter in that field. So it could be not just bags, it could do other stuff. And I got openings after graduation. Persons were coming, they wanted throw cushions, they wanted balances, So because of learning this course, it opened doors for me. I'm very grateful.
Anthea hopes to have a brick and mortar store where persons are able to purchase handbags and other products that are sewn or crocheted using a variety of materials. She also wishes to export her merchandise.
The feedback has been good because there are some people, they see through pop-up shops, they would come, they might see a product, they want it custom made, There are persons who reach out to me on Instagram. They need a gift item for their loved one and that kind of stuff. People they might see through sewing for my mom too. I did a bag for her and somebody saw they wanted one too as well, so it just opening doors.
Check out Anthea's products via Facebook at Anthea05, on Instagram at Antheas.designs. You can also call 763-0580. I'm Amadaro Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're going to take a break, but do not go anywhere because we've got lots more stories to share with you. Stay with us. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back.
Yo, Tobago, son of the soil. My name is Yvonne Stewart, and you're watching Let's Talk Tobago.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago. I'm sure you're all familiar with the TWCU Credit Union. Well, it has opened its doors in Tobago at the Port Mall in Scarborough. So we're going to take you there right now.
After over 6 decades of existence, the TWCU Credit Union has opened a branch in the sister isle Tobago. It was long in coming, but it has finally reached. This credit union was formed to accommodate and facilitate low-income families who needed a means of saving. Now, TWCU is expanding into Tobago. This milestone is being celebrated for bringing a 27th credit union to the island.
The establishment of this member-owned cooperative institution provided an opportunity for low-income members to save and obtain credit to meet their needs in an era when they were unable to have easy access to banks to meet financial needs.
For some time, due to the increase in membership and growth in status, there have been several requests from members. It is our hope that this new facility will serve as a catalyst to attract new members, particularly youth members. By the same token, it is an opportunity for members to invite relatives and friends to become members of the society. In addition, now is the time for inactive members to revive their membership status to be fully active.
Today, the fact that we are here within the first quarter of 2023 to open this branch is a very positive sign for the economy of Tobago at large. Tobago in and of itself has had a very long and beautiful and successful story with the credit union movement. Congratulations on this milestone. Congratulations on having this office as a forerunner to celebrating your 73rd year in business. That's quite a lot of years.
The TWCU Credit Union is located on the second floor in the Port Mall in Scarborough. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
So while on vacation in our slice of paradise, Tobago, you may choose to stay in one of the very cozy master bedrooms here at Flamingo Villa in Samaan Grove development. Now it's time to share another story with you. This time, the Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development recently met with hardware owners in Tobago to discuss how they can benefit from upcoming projects. Here's more.
The Secretary of the Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development recently met with hardware owners to discuss upcoming projects and how they can benefit. Here's how it went.
We saw it fit to invite the players around the table. This is something that I'm not sure if it has been done before, but my thing about it is that information is needed to get persons ready for what is coming to the fore. I tend to do things differently, and I like my people to be informed so they could be prepared. We are looking at Chauvin, we are looking at 400 plus units. We are looking at Adventure, I would say minimum 125 units. Adelphi in Mason Hall, that is behind the works office, we're aiming at 100 units. Now, because of the budgetary constraints, we are looking for design build finance. Are we prepared? It is not something that will start next week. I will say after we finish issue our RFP and we select a candidate, a contractor, they take another 2 months or so to get their financing, stuff like that. I would say later in the year, but we are working on a tight schedule. But I am hoping that you all could supply what is needed.
If you go and make an investment and purchase material, whether we get it from China or Spain, yes, most likely most of us sitting in the room would have to take some form of lending criteria. You would have to meet some form of lending criteria to acquire that volume of goods. So it sounds like it's unguaranteed, but yet you're asking us to come to meet to have the conversation about making an investment that does not guarantee us some fruitful long-term.
When a contractor is selected, it is the onus is upon you all to have the conversation and see what you all could cement. Because we cannot tell someone how to spend $100 or $200 million. They bring in their own money, they were getting paid down the road. So this is why I'm saying, from the time the contract is issued, the onus is upon us to get and say, okay, we could provide this service at this, let me see what cost price, this is what we could offer it, and have a negotiation going on. That's what I'm asking you all to do, is get to the table.
Talking to the contractor, a contractor coming to make love, he's coming to make money. And to facilitate us, there has to be a conversation.
The onus is upon you all, because you all know the volumes you turn over. You all will know exactly what it takes or what is required of the investor. So then you are the bargaining table. Because I mean to say, what you're saying is right, is that you all have been burned before. I don't bring in anybody to be precautious with going forward. But the onus is upon you whenever it is selected. The world will know who the contractor is. And I'm asking you, just like how the joiners got together and formed their contractors association and had a discussion with the project manager. This is XYZ. And it went well.
Thank you very much, sir, and to the team that came out today.
I want to endorse what she said. And Mr. Fuller, thumbs up to you from the department.
And that's a wrap. That's how we ended this edition of Let's Talk Tobago. Thank you so much for joining us. If you aren't following us on social media as yet, ensure that you do. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you want more information on this villa, Flamingo Villa, you can email villas@charmingwatersresorts.com, or you can call them at 682-3436. I'm Davia Chambers saying see you next week from a different location, but same time. Bye-bye.
Come on and let's talk Tobago. You're watching Let's Talk Tobago.